Today, let's discuss the role of the bass drum in jazz. This is a tough one. There's a long history of, essentially how the drum set became the drum set, right? It's a relatively new instrument, and you should look into that history on your own. But basically, this used to be huge. The bass drum used to, obviously the big bands used to be unamplified, and the bass drum was huge to provide a very audible beat for the dancers and kind of to support the band, because the band would have like 16 people in it, right? So you need like a clear thing where everyone's together and blah blah blah. Also, it has to do with that the upright bass at the time, like pickup technology wasn't around, and so the bass was really like, you wouldn't really hear it, and that was a shame. But the bass drum used to like occupy a lot of space in a band for that reason, and probably for other reasons. So if you know some other things, drop in the comments. As the years went on, amplification, basses had pickups, jazz clubs were small, bands got smaller, so the need for these huge bass drums ceased, basically. There was no need to have a huge bass drum, so the bass drums started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's typically why the jazz bass drum now is a very small, like club size bass drum. I guess around the bebop era, people started tuning their drums higher in general. Like the tone of the drums was higher. And of course the bass drum followed, and so the bass drum, although it's called the bass drum, in jazz it's tuned up pretty high. Usually, it obviously depends on your personal preference and all of that, but typically you'll see that the bass drum is small and it's tuned pretty high. I'm always like changing tunings of my bass drums and trying to find an optimal thing, but it seems like it's changing all the time. So right now, this is what the bass drum sounds like. A little bit louder. So it's got a bit of a weird like overtone type sound, but it's cool because when you play the whole kit together, it really kind of blends in there, right? Because I think the point of like tuning a jazz drum set is different from tuning in other genres, because the drum set here really blends together. I don't know if that makes sense. And the frequencies of all the drums, because